dear students in grade 4. We have come back together, you and me, to start our English lesson. We have started unit number 7 in your pupils book. What is our unit all about? It is all about my calendar. We have completed 6 lessons and today we have to do lesson number 7. Grade 4 එකේ මගේ පුංචි දුවලා පුතාලව ඔන්න ටීචර් අදත් ආදරෙන් පිළිගන්නවා ඉංග්‍රීසි ලෙසන් එකට මගේ දුවලා පුතාලයි ටීචර්යි ඔන්න එකතු වෙලා අලුත් පාඩමක් අද ඉගෙන ගන්න යනවා. අපේ යුනිට් එක යුනිට් නම්බර් 7 නේද පුතේ? අපි දැන් lessons 6ක් කරලා පාඩම් 6ක් ඉවර කරලා අද ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ 7 වෙනි පාඩමට. Now what can you see in my slide today? Our lesson number 7. What are we going to talk about? What do you think that we are going to talk about? මගේ දුවලා පුතාලා ඔන්න my calendar කියන unit එකෙන් අද මේ දකින්න පින්තූරෙත් එක්ක මොනවද මගේ දුවලා පුතාලා ඉගෙන ගන්න යන්නේ? It's all about me and my clock. The name of our lesson is Me and My Clock. මමයි මගේ ඔරලෝසුවයි. ක්ලොක් එකක් කියන්නේ මොකද්ද පුතේ? ඔරලෝසුවක් නේද? අද එතකොට මොනවද අපි ඉගෙන ගන්න යන්නේ? අද අපි ඉගෙන ගන්න යන්නේ පුංචි දුවලා පුතාලා ඔරලෝසුවෙන් මොකද්ද කරන්නේ? What do we do with a clock? We tell the time using the clock. The clock tells us the time. So today we are going to learn how to tell the time. අද මගේ දුවලා පුතාලා me and my clock කියන පාඩමෙන් වෙලාව කියන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා තමයි ඉගෙන ගන්න යන්නේ. Now why is the time important when we talk about my calendar? Because the clock tells us the time, and when the time passes day by day, we move on to a new week, then a new month, and then to a new year. So that is how we pass the days and the weeks, the months, and we go to a new year. So the time tells us all about how we do our work during the day, during the week, during the month, and during the year. So we will talk about the clock and how to tell the time in our lesson number 7 today. I want you to bring your pupils book and your workbook as well, because we have to look into our pupils book. We need to look at some pictures. We need to learn from the pupils book, and we are going to do some workbook activities. So I'm ready here. I hope you're ready with the books as well. And we are going to talk about the clock with a beautiful clock that I have brought for you. So without waiting any longer, we will start our lesson. Today is lesson number 7. It's me and my clock. Come, let's start. Now I want you to come to your happy cloud. In your pupils book, lesson number 7, we have a happy cloud. Now in your happy cloud, you have 3 little pictures and with these words, right? I have brought you these words with those 3 little pictures one by one together. Okay? Right. So what do we have in our happy cloud today? Telling time. Telling time. ඒ කියන්නේ මොකද්ද පුතේ? වෙලාව කියමු. අපි වෙලාව කියන්නයි ඉගෙන ගන්න යන්නේ අද අපේ lesson එකෙන්. Telling time. Now I want you to look at your pupils book, and you have 3 little clocks like this. Okay? One little clock looks like this. And then the other little clock in your happy cloud looks like this. Telling time, and you have another little clock like this. We are going to talk about these separately, one by one. And there is another little clock in your a happy cloud like this. All these three little pictures are together in your happy cloud. I have brought them separately so that you can see them very clearly. And I hope you can see that there are differences in these three little pictures that you see in your happy cloud. So in the happy cloud, we have the two words telling time. Velawa kiyamu. So today in our lesson, we are going to use these words, tell the time, and we are going to learn how to say the time properly. Come, let's move on to our next slide. Okay, what is a clock? What is a clock? ඔරලෝසුවක් කියන්නේ මොකක්ද? What is a clock? The clock tells us time. The clock tells us time. ඔරලෝසුවකින් මොනවද පුතේ අපිට දැනුම් දෙන්නේ? වෙලාව. The clock tells us the time. වෙලාවයි අපිට ඔරලෝසුවක් බැලුවහම කියන්න පුළුවන්. It has a short hand and a long hand. Now can you see? This is the clock. It has a short hand and a long hand. මේ මොකද්ද පුතේ? ඔරලෝසුවකට තියනවලු hands. මගේ පුතාලට පේනවද මේ ක්ලොක් එකේ hands තියෙනවා? අත් දෙකක් තියෙනවා පේනවද? දැන් මගේ පුතාලට අත් දෙකක් විදියට ඔන්න අත් දෙකක් නම් නෑ. We don't see two hands, but we call these two the hands of the clock. ඔන්න පුතේ ඔරලෝසුවේ තියෙන මෙන්න මේ කටු දෙකට තමයි අපි කියන්නේ hands කියලා. The clock tells us the time. It has two hands. එයාටත් තියෙනවා අත් දෙකක්. මේ තියෙන්නේ පුතේ ඔරලෝසුවේ පුංචි කටු දෙකට තමයි අපි hands කියලා කියන්නේ. The short hand shows us the hour. The short hand shows us the hour. මොකද්ද පුතේ කියලා කියන්නේ? සමහර පුතාලා දුවලා hour කියලාත් කියනවා. හරි විදියට අපි කියලා තමයි කියන්නේ පුතේ. hour කියලා කියන්නේත් පැය කියන අදහස. එක hand එකකින් අපිට මොනවද පෙන්වන්නේ? ඔරලෝසුවේ වෙලාව පැය කීයද කියලා. The short hand shows us the hour. ඒ කියන්නේ මොකද්ද පුතේ? අපිට තියෙන පොඩි කෙටි කටුවෙන් අපිට පෙන්නනවා පැය. Then the long hand shows us minutes. අපිට තියෙනවා දිග කටුවෙන් පෙන්නනවා මිනිත්තු. අපිට පොඩි කටුවෙන් පෙන්නනවා පැය කීයයිද කියලා. ලොකු කටුවෙන් පෙන්නනවා අපිට මිනිත්තු කීයද කියලා. So the short hand will always show you what that hour is, and then the long hand will tell you what the minute is. So basically the clock will tell you the time. It has a short hand and a long hand. The short hand shows the hour. The long hand shows the minutes. Now let's take a look at our beautiful clock. අපි දැන් බලමු. ටීචර් ගෙනල්ලා තියෙන ඔරලෝසුවේ මගේ දුවලා පුතාලට ඔන්න පෙන්නලා තියෙන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා. අපි බලමු long and short hands කොහොමද තියෙන්නේ කියලා. Come, let's see. Now I want you to take a look at the clock. ඔන්න මගේ දුවලා පුතාලට ටීචර්ගේ ලස්සන ඔරලෝසුව පේනවා නේද පුතේ? Now as I told you, we have two hands. ඔන්න පුතේ අපිට තියෙනවා නේද කටු දෙකක්. We call these two hands. අපි කියන්නේ මේවට කටු කියලා. Now can you see when I put them together, it has a short hand and a long hand. අපිට තියෙනවා කෙටි කටුවක් තියෙනවා, දිග කටුවක් තියෙනවා. We have a short hand and a long hand. Then as I told you, the short hand, දැන් මගේ පුතාලට මෙතන නම් තියෙන්නේ short hand එක නිල් පාටින් නේද පුතේ? නිල් පාට කටුවෙන් අපිට පෙන්නනවා පැය. නිල් පාට කටුවෙන් අපිට පෙන්නනවා පැය. මේ රතු පාට කටුවෙන් අපිට පෙන්නනවා මිනිත්තු. එහෙම තමයි මගේ දුවලා පුතාලගේ මේ ස්ලයිඩ් එකේ තිබුණේ. දැන් අපි පුතේ බලමු අපිට කොහොමද මේ ඔරලෝසුවෙන් වෙලාව තියෙන්නේ කියලා. Right? දැන් ඔන්න පුතාලට මේ clock එක දැක්කහම මොනවද පේන්නේ? What can you see? There are numbers in the clock. How many numbers do we have? Numbers from 1 to number 12. There are numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Because we have 24 hours. We have 24 hours in a day. අපිට දවසකට පැය කීයක් තියෙනවද පුතේ? අපිට දවසකට තියෙනවා 24 hours. ඒ කියන්නේ පැය 24ක් අපිට තියෙනවා. නේද පුතේ? Now, can the clock show us all 24 hours? අපිට පුතේ ඔරලෝසුවෙන් පැය 24ටම අකුරු 24ක් දාන්න බෑනේ. Then it has to be a big clock. අපිට මේ අකුරු තියෙන ඉලක්කම් ඔක්කොම දැම්මොත් එහෙම ලොකු ක්ලොක් එකක් හදන්න වෙනවා. ඉතින් අපි දාලා තියෙන්නේ numbers 12යි. We have only 12 numbers. Why is that? Because when the clock goes around and comes back to number 12, it is 12 hours. And when the clock goes around and comes again, it will be 24 hours. The clock has to go 2 rounds to complete a day. එතකොට පුතේ කොහොමද දැන් අපේ clock එක වැඩ කරන්නේ? ඔන්න මේ clock එකේ අපිට ඉලක්කම් 12යිනේ තියෙන්නේ. We have only 12 numbers. එතකොට මේ clock එක දෙපාරක් මෙන්න මෙහෙම රවුමට ගියාම තමයි අපිට 24 hours. ඒ කියන්නේ එක දවසක් complete වෙන්නේ. මේ clock එක මෙහෙම කැරකිලා යනවා round දෙකක්. එතකොට අපිට ඔන්න දවසක් ගෙවිලා ඉවරයි කියලා අපි කියනවා. So we are going to talk about the clock in detail, slowly, one by one. Let's read, and we will take our pupils book also, and we will see. I also have brought you some interesting pictures, beautiful pictures to show you and explain to you how the clock tells us the time. Come, let's see. This is how the clock tells us the time. This is how the clock tells us the time. Now you can see there is a picture in the slide that I have brought you, and I have my clock here as well. First we will take a look at the slide. Now we have, as I told you, 12 numbers in the clock. And we have some little lines over here. They are called the minutes. අපි කියනවා මේ ඉලක්කම් වලින් අපිට පෙන්නනවා පැය. නේද පුතේ? The numbers will show us the hour, and then these little lines over here tells us the minutes. අපිට දැන් මගේ දුවලා පුතාලා මේ clock එක දිහා බලන්න. අපිට මෙන්න මේ ඉලක්කම් වලින් පෙන්නනවා පුතේ පැය. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to number 12, they show us the hour. පැයක්. එතකොට පුතාලට පේනව නේද මෙන්න මේ විදියට පුංචි ඉරි තියෙනවා. The little lines over here. There are 5 lines in between 2 numbers. අපිට මේ ඉලක්කම් දෙකක් අතරට පුතේ පුංචි ඉරි කෑලි පහක් තියෙනවා. There are 5 lines. Can you see? Starting from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From number 12 to number 1, there are 5 lines. So that means it is 5 minutes. එක line එකකින් අපිට එක මිනිත්තුවක් පෙන්නනවා පුතේ. This one line will show us 1 minute, and the 5 lines show us 5 minutes. So we say 5 minutes past. When it comes to another 5 minutes, we say 10 minutes. When it passes another 5 minutes, it is 15 minutes, and so on. අපි කොහොමද පුතේ කාලය වේලාව කොහොමද කියන්නේ? දැන් අපි එක විනාඩි 5ක් ගියාම අපි කියනවා විනාඩි 5ක් ගියා කියලා. එතකොට ඔන්න පුතාලගේ clock එක මෙන්න මේ දැන් ටීචර් කිව්වනේ පුංචි කටුවෙන් පෙන්නන්නේ අපිට පැය, ලොකු කටුවෙන් පෙන්නන්නේ විනාඩි. නේද? අපි මිනිත්තු කියලා කියනවානේ. The short hand will show you the hour, and the long hand will show you the minutes. So here are the minutes. There are 5 minutes between 2 numbers. අකුරු ඉලක්කම් දෙකක් අතරට පුතේ විනාඩි 5ක් තියෙනවා, මිනිත්තු 5ක්. There are 5 minutes. Can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ඔන්න අපේ long hand එක 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 කියලා number එකක් ළඟට ආපුවාම අපි කියනවා 5 minutes ගිහිල්ලා කියලා. We say 5 minutes. Then when it goes another 5 minutes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we say 10 minutes. ඇයි මෙතන 5 minutes, මෙතන 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Then when it goes another 5 minutes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we say 15 minutes and so on. අපි විනාඩි 5න් 5ට තමයි numbers mark කරලා තියෙන්නේ පුතේ. So that is how the clock moves. So now when it comes to this side, we say 5 past, 10 past, quarter past. අපි 15 minutes කියලා කියන්නේ. දැන් ඔන්න 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. 60 minutes තමයි පුතේ අපිට අපි කියන්නේ එක පැයක් කියලා. විනාඩි 60ක් ගියාම අපි කියනවා පැයක් කියලා. clock එකේ මේ long hand එක රවුමක් ගිහින් ආවහම what is the hand that has to go one round? It is the long hand. When the long hand goes one round and come, this short hand moves to another number. So that means 1 hour. එක පැයක් යන්න පුතේ මෙන්න මේ දිග කටුව ඔරලෝසුවේ වටේට රවුමක් ගිහිල්ලා ආවහම අපිට එක පැයක් කියලා අපි කියනවා. When it goes round the clock, when the long hand goes round the clock. මගේ පුතාලා බලන්න දැන් clock එක දිහා ඔන්න පුතේ long hand එක අපිට තියෙනවා. This is the long hand. When it goes round like this, slowly, 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 it goes round and round and comes to number 12, we say it's 1 hour. ඔන්න මේ long hand එක රවුමක් ගිහින් ආවහම තමයි පැයක් වෙන්නේ. Now let's take a look at our next slide. Okay. Now what is this? In your happy cloud, I think you saw 3 little pictures of little 3 clocks with the pictures colored in black. I hope you can remember. Now first we are going to take a look at the first picture that you saw in your happy cloud. Can you remember? This is the part. Okay. So now first we are going to talk about the time that is represented using this black color. මේ කළු පාටින් කියවෙන වෙලාවට අපි මොකක්ද කියන්නේ කියලා තමයි ඉගෙන ගන්න යන්නේ පුතේ. We say 15 minutes past. Now when we start from number 12 and when it is exactly 15 minutes past, it looks like this. Now children, when you draw a circle, අපි හිතමු පුතේ අපි රවුමක් අඳිනවා කියලා. ඔන්න මගේ දුවලා පුතාලා මෙතන බලන්න. Now let's draw a circle like this. ඔන්න මගේ දුවලා පුතාලා බලන්න අපි රවුමක් අඳලා. This is a circle. Now if we divide the circle into 4 pieces like this. අපි මෙන්න මේ circle එක කොටස් 4කට බෙදුවොත් පුතේ මෙන්න මේක ගැන තමයි අපි දැන් කතා කරන්නේ. We are talking about that part, right? And we say quarter. Quarter. ඒ කියන්නේ පුතේ කාලක්. හරියටම 4න් එකක් නේද? So we say quarter past or we say 15 minutes past. ඔන්න දැන් අපි මෙතනින් පටන් අරගෙන 5 minutes ගියාට පස්සේ මෙතනට එනවා. තව 5 minutes ගියාම මෙතනට එනවා. ඊළඟ 5 minutes ගියාම මෙන්න මෙතනට එනවා. So that means all together 5, 10, 15. When the long hand comes to number 3, we say 15 minutes past. Okay? Long arm on the 3. That is 1/4 of an hour. ඒ කියන්නේ පුතේ ඔන්න මේ කොටස් 4කට බෙදපු අපේ clock එකේ එක කොටසක් තමයි මෙන්න මේ විදියට number 3 එක ළඟට ආවහම අපිට පේන්නේ. So we say 15 minutes. Now shall we count and see whether we have passed 15 minutes? Starting from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 minutes past. ඔන්න අපි දැන් යම් කිසි වෙලාවක් කියනකොට විනාඩි 15ක් ගියා කියලා කියන්නේ පුතේ මෙන්න මේ number 3 එක ළඟට long hand එක ආවහම. When the long hand comes to number 3, we say 15 minutes past. විනාඩි 15ක් ගිහිල්ලා. And we use another name. We say quarter past. Quarter past. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි කියන්නේ පැය කාලක් ගියා කියලා ඔන්න සිංහලෙන් කියනවා. Quarter past. This portion is called a quarter. කාලක් හතරෙන් එකක් ගිහිල්ලා. We say either quarter past or we say 15 minutes past. So whenever you see the long hand on number 3. Now look at the clock. Now after we start from number 12. Now let's say both our hands are here. ඔන්න අපි ටීචර්ගේ ක්ලොක් එකත් බලමු පුතේ. ඔන්න දැන් ටීචර්ගේ ක්ලොක් එක මෙන්න මේ විදිහට රවුමක් නේ තියෙන්නේ. So when the long hand comes from number 1, 2, 3, from number 12 to number 3, when it is like this, when the long hand is pointing to number 3, we say 15 minutes past, or we say quarter past. Quarter past, and then we say the time. Either it can be 15 minutes past 1, 15 minutes past 2, 15 minutes past 3. එහෙම අපි කියනවා විනාඩි 15ක් ගිහිල්ලා. Or we say quarter past 1, quarter past 2, quarter past 3, like that. So that is how we say the time when the long hand comes to number 3. Now let's take a look at this. Okay, now we are going to write the time. All right, quarter past 4 is the first time that we have here. Look at the clock. දැන් කොහොමද පුතේ අපිට තියෙන්නේ? ඔන්න බලන්න quarter past 4 දැන් අපිට ඔන්න ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා 4:15. 4:15 කියලා අපි කියනවා මෙතන time එකට. Let's take a look at the second one. Now where is the long hand? The long hand is in number 3. The long hand is in number 3, and when the long hand is in number 3, we say 15 minutes past. Okay, right. Now look at the second one. Look at the second one. The short hand where it shows the time. දැන් අපිට ඔන්න short hand එකෙන් පෙන්නනවා වෙලාව පැය පෙන්නනවානේ අපිට long hand එකෙන් පෙන්නනවා 15 minutes past කියලා. දැන් 15 minutes past, what is the time here? It is 15 minutes past 2. 2:15. What is the time? 2:15 is the time. Or we say quarter past 2. Quarter past 2. දෙක පසුවී විනාඩි 15ක් ගිහිලා. Quarter past 2. Now we are moving on to the next one. What is the time? Where is the long hand? The long hand is in number 3 and the short hand is in number 7. So 15 minutes past 7. How do we write the time? Write the time 7:15. Or we say quarter past. Quarter past. විනාඩි 15ක් පහු කරලා තියෙන්නේ. Quarter past 7. Quarter past 7. Let's take a look at the next one. Where is the long hand now? Once again in number 3. That means 15 minutes have gone. What is the hour? 10. 10:15 is the time. 10:15 is the time. අපිට 10:15 කියලා කියන්නත් පුළුවන්. Quarter past 10 කියලා කියන්නත් පුළුවන්. Quarter past 10. Then 10 කියන්නේ ඇයි පුතේ? Why do we say 10? Because the hour is 10. 10 ළඟ තමයි අපේ short hand එක තියෙන්නේ. The hand that shows the hour. So it is 10:15, or we say quarter past 10. Next one. Once again, the long hand is in number 3 and the short hand is in number 11. So it is 11, that is 15 minutes past 11. Or we say quarter past 11. සිංහලෙන් අපි කොහොමද කියන්නේ පුතේ? 11යි කාලයි. 11 පසු වී විනාඩි 15යි කියලා කියනවා. Right, now the other one. Again, we have the long hand on number 3, which says 15 minutes gone. And what is the hour? It's 8. 8:15. Or we say 8:15. 8 පසු වී විනාඩි 15යි. 8:15 කිව්වත් හරි. 8:15 කියලා කිව්වත් හරි. Next one. 12:15. Can you see the short hand? The hour is 12 and the long hand is in number 3, which says 15. So we will write 12:15, or you can say 12:15. Next one. Once again, here we have the long hand in number 3 and the short hand on number 3 as well. So what is the time? 3:15. That is 15 minutes past 3, or you can say 3:15. Okay. Next one. The hour is 5 and the long hand is in number 3, which means 15 minutes. So 5:15 is the time. 5:15. පහ පසු වී විනාඩි 15ක් ගිහිලා. 5:15. Or else you can say 5:15. Next one. Again, we have the time, the long hand in number 3 and the short hand in number 6. What is the time? 6:15. When the long hand is in number 3, it says 15 minutes past, or you can say 6:15. Next one. It's 1:15. Can you see? The short hand is in 1. That is the hour, and the long hand 15 minutes. 1:15, or you can say 15:15. Next one. What is the time? The short hand is in number 9 and the long hand is in number 3, which means 15 minutes gone. 9:15, or you can say 9:15. So that is how we say the time when the long hand is in number 3. That is 15 minutes gone. Right. Match the times. Okay. Now here we are going to use the words quarter past. දැන් අපි 15 minutes කියලා කියන්නේ නැතුව quarter past කියලා කියන විදිය ඉගෙන ගමු පුතේ. 15 minutes past කිව්වත් එකමයි, quarter past කියලා කිව්වත් එකමයි. So now let's match them like this. Now can you see 1:15 is the time. 1:15 and we say 1:15. Okay, did you understand? Now the second one. 15 minutes past 11. That means 11:15. We have to match here. And where is 11:15? It's over here. Okay, 11:15 and 15 minutes past 11 is the same. 11:15. What is the time here? 5:15. 5:15. That means 5:15 over here. Okay. Next one. 8:15. 8:15 and 8:15 is the same. Last one. 12:15. 12:15, or we can say 12:15. That is the same. Okay. විනාඩි 15ක් ගියාම අපි කියන්නේ 15 කියලා. Or you can say 15 minutes past to the given hour. Right. Now let's take a look at our next one. Now we spoke about passing 15 minutes. අපි දැන් කොහොමද පුතේ කතා කරේ? 15 minutes ගියාට පස්සේ අපි කියනවා quarter past කියලා. Or we say quarter past කියලාත් අපි කියනවා. නැත්නම් අපි කියනවා 15 minutes past කියලා. Now can you see it is a long way from number 12 up to number 6. Can you see from number 12 to number 6? What do we say? How do we say the time here? Long arm on number 6. Long arm on the 6. 1/2 hour. That means 1/2 hour. ඔන්න පුතේ. දැන් අපිට තියෙනවා රවුමකින් භාගයක්. එක පැයකින් භාගයක් ගිහිලා we say 30 minutes. අපි කියනවා 30 minutes කියලා. ඔන්න දැන් මගේ දුවලා පුතාලගේ clock එකේ කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ long hand එක? It's in number 3. Now it is 15 minutes past. When the long hand comes to number 6, passing another 15 minutes, that is coming from number 12 to number 6, like this. හරියටම රවුමෙන් භාගයක් ගිහිල්ලා මෙහෙම ආවහම අපි කියනවා half an hour ගිහිල්ලා කියලා. half an hour පැයකින් භාගයක් ගිහිල්ලා. ලොකු පැයකින් ඔන්න භාගයක් ගියාම අපි කියනවා half an hour. Now can you see, starting from here, the long hand comes up to number 6, not to number 3, but passing number 3. When it comes to number 6, we say half an hour gone. Right, now let's take a look at our next slide. Okay, let's write the time. All right, now always the long hand is in number 6. එතකොට කොච්චරක්ද පුතේ minutes ගිහිලා තියෙන්නේ? 30 minutes. Now please take a look at the clock once again. ටීචර්ගේ clock එක දිහා බලන්න පුතේ. 30 minutes අපිට ගිහිලා නේද? දැන් ඔන්න අපි number 3 එකට ආවම අපි කිව්වා 15 minutes ගිහිලා කියලා. එතකොට මෙතනට එන්න අපිට තව කොච්චරක් minutes තියෙනවද? Now here we have come passing 15 minutes. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now we have passed 30 minutes. So we have to write that. Now earlier we wrote 15 minutes. Now we are writing 30 minutes. Now what is the time here? 2:30. 30 minutes past 2. Here what is the time? Can you see both the hands are in number 6? So we have to say 6:30. හය පහුවෙලා විනාඩි 30යි. Because the long hand is in number 6. Next one, what is the time? 3:30. 3:30 is the time. Okay, next one, what is the time here? 7:30. The short hand has passed number 7, so the time is 7:30. The long hand is always in number 6, so that is 30 minutes gone. Here it's 9:30. Can you see? 9 and 30 minutes gone. What about this? 12:30. 12 and 30 minutes gone. Okay, now we are moving on to our last line. What is the time here? The short hand is in number 10 and 30 minutes gone. 10:30. 10:30 is the time. What is the time here? 1:30. 1 and 30 minutes gone. 1:30. Next one. What is the time here? 4 and 30 minutes gone. So it is 4:30. Okay. Did you see? When the long hand is in number 6, we say 30 minutes. Then බලන්න පුතේ clock එක දිහා අපේ පුතේ. Now even the clock, our clock with the long hand, that is the red hand, has come to number 6. So that is half an hour gone. 30 minutes passed and it has come to number 6. Now let's move on to our next slide. Right. Okay. Draw the time. Let's draw the time. Oh, now can you see? 1:30. Now we are going to draw the two hands. 5:30. Now the short hand should come to number 5 and the long hand should come to number 6. 5:30. මගේ දුවලා පුතාලත් මෙන්න මේ විදියට ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරන්න ඕනේ පුතේ. පුතාලට ඇක්ටිවිටි බුක්ස් වල තියෙනවා clocks අඳින්න, time mark කරන්න. පුතාලත් මෙන්න මේ විදියට කරමු. Next one, 8:30. Now the hour should be with the small hand and 30 minutes gone. The long hand in number 6. Next one, 4:30. The short hand to number 4. The long hand to number 6. Next one, 10:30. The short hand will go to number 10 and the long hand will come to number 6. Can you see? The long hand is always in number 6 when it is 30 minutes. Next one, 2:30. Shorthand to number 2, longhand to number 6. Next one, 12:30. Oh, how are we going to tell the time? 12 and the longhand to number 6. 12:30. Next one, 9:30. Shorthand to 9 and longhand to number 6. 9:30. 6:30. Oh, first we are going to draw the shorthand. That is the hand that shows the hour. Next we draw the long hand on the same line. 6:30. Can you see? Next one. 7:30. Oh, the shorthand to number 7. Long hand to 30. Next one. 3:30. 3:30. The long hand to number 6. 11:30. The short hand to number 11. Long hand to number 6. 11:30. Right. So now we have completed about the 30 minutes, which says when the long hand comes to number 6. Right. Next one. Oh, now we have completed 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and now it's all the way up to here. Oh, can you see? Now please look at the clock. දැන් බලන්න මගේ පුතාලා clock එක දිහා. Now as I told you, our long hand came from number 12 to number 3. Then we passed 15 minutes. Then it came to number 6 and we said 30 minutes. Now it is going from number 6 to number 9. Oh, then how many minutes have we passed? අපි බලමු පුතේ මිනිත්තු කීයක් පහු කරගෙන ඇවිල්ලාද කියලා. Now when the long hand was here, we said 30 minutes passed. And after that we have 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Oh, it's 45 minutes past the time. Okay, so when the long hand comes to number 9, we say that we have passed 45 minutes. දැන් මගේ පුතාලා slide එක දිහා බලන්න. Look at the slide. Can you see? 45, that is 3/4. 3/4 have been passed and it has come to number 9. Long arm on the 9, 3/4 of an hour. ඔන්න පැයකින් විනාඩි 15 3ක් ගිහිල්ලා 3/4 ගිහිල්ලා number 9 වලට ආපුවාම අපි මොකද්ද කියන්නේ පුතේ? 45 minutes. We say we have passed 45 minutes, right? So let's see what we have to do here. Write the times and say it both ways. What is it? Now there is another new thing that you have to learn. Now can you remember? Look at the clock once again. Now when we had our long hand on number 3, we said quarter past. අපි quarter කියන වචනේ පාවිච්චි කරානේ නේද පුතේ? Quarter past 3 කියලා අපි කිව්වා අපේ long hand එක number 3 එකේ තියෙනකොට. දැන් අපේ long hand එක ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ කොතනටද පුතේ? number 9 එකට මෙන්න මේ වගේ. දැන් එතකොට අපිට මෙතන තව quarter එකක් ඉතුරු වෙලා තියෙනව නේද? අපි එතකොට කියනවා quarter to කියලාත් කියනවා. 45 minutes past කියලාත් කියනවා. quarter to කියලාත් කියනවා. ඔන්න පුතාලා ආපහු මේ කලින් slide එක දිහා බලන්න. මේ බලන්න පුතේ. දැන් අපිට මෙතන quarter එකක් ඉතුරු වෙලා තියෙනවා. We have passed 3/4 and come. Either we say 45 minutes or we can say quarter to. ඔන්න තව quarter to කියලා කියනවා. quarter to 12. quarter to තව quarter එකක් තියෙනවා 1 o'clock වෙන්න. Like that, now we are going to say it in both ways. දැන් මගේ පුතාලා ඒකත් අපි ඉගෙන ගමු පුතේ. පුළුවන් විදියට පුතාලට අලුත් දෙයක් නේ. Right. Okay. Now we are going to write the time and say it both ways. Okay. quarter to 4. ඔන්න දැන් අපි කියනවා 45 minutes past 3 කියලාත් කියන්න පුළුවන්. quarter to 4 කියලා කියන්නත් පුළුවන්. දැන් ඔන්න මෙතන තියෙන පුතේ 6ට විනාඩි 15ක් නේ තියෙන්නේ. How can we say the time? It is 5:45 or we can say 5:45. ඒ කියන්නේ 5:45 කියන්නත් පුළුවන් 6ට විනාඩි 15යි. 6ට කාලයි කියලා අපි කියන්නේ. එහෙම කියන්නත් පුළුවන්. Here we can say 7:45 or we can say 7:45. 7:45 කියන්නත් පුළුවන් 8ට කාලක් කියලා කියන්නත් පුළුවන්. Next one, we can say 10:45 or we can say 10:45. Okay, next one, we can say 1:45 or we can say 1:45. Next one, we can say 9:45 or we can say 9:45. 9:45යි කියන්නත් පුළුවන් 10ට කාලයි කියන්නත් පුළුවන්. Here we can say 11:45 or we can say 11:45. 12ට කාලයි. Here we can say 4:45 or we can say 4:45. All right, the last one. Either we can say 7:45 or we can say 7:45. 8ට කාලයි කියන්නත් පුළුවන් අපිට 7:45 කියලා කියන්නත් පුළුවන් පුතේ මෙතනදී. ඔන්න ඒ විදිහට තමයි අද අපි 1:45 කියන එකයි 7:45 කියන එකයි දුවල පුතාලා ඉගෙන ගත්තේ. Now the next one. Now what has happened to our clock over here? It is all black. The whole circle is covered now. Then at that time, what has happened? The clock has gone right round all the numbers and have come up to number 12. Now let's take a look at our clock. ඔන්න පුතේ අපි දැන් බලමු කොහොමද අපිට මේ 1 hour පැයක් කියන එක ගිහිලා තියෙන්නේ කියලා. 1 hour කියලා කියන්නේ කොහොමද පුතේ? Long arm on the 12. That means it has to go round and come back to number 12. That means 1 hour, which means 60 minutes. එක පැයක් කියන්නේ විනාඩි කීයක්ද පුතේ? මිනිත්තු වලින් ගත්තොත් අපිට අපි කියනවා විනාඩි කියනවා නේද? මිනිත්තු කියනවා අපි. It has passed 60 minutes and come. ඔන්න 60 minutes ගිහිලා බලමු දැන් අපි count කරලා ආපහු. Look at the clock. Now I hope you can remember when the long hand was on number 3, we said 15 minutes. Then when it came to number 6, we said 30 minutes. And when it is in number 9, we said 45 minutes. අපි long hand එක 9ට ආවම කිව්වේ 45 minutes කියලානේ නේද පුතේ? Now it is going to go to number 12. ඔන්න දැන් අපි බලමු 45 minutes ඉඳලා මෙතනට එනකොට ඔක්කොම minutes කීයද කියලා. Now here it's 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Is that right? Now when it comes to number 12, when the long hand goes one round and come to number 12, that means it has passed 60 minutes. අපිට පුතේ ඔන්න 60 minutes ගිහිලා තියෙනවා මේ clock එක රවුමක් ගිහිලා එන්න. එතකොට අපි කියන්නේ කීයයි කියලාද? පැයක් ගිහිලා තියෙනවා. 60 minutes means it is 1 hour. පැයක් කියන්නේ පුතේ විනාඩි 60ක් ගිහිල්ලා ආපහු 12 එකට ආවහම අපි කියනවා 1 hour කියලා. ඔන්න එතකොට මේ මුළු circle එකම complete වෙලා it has gone one round and it has completed 60 minutes, which means 1 hour. Now let's take a look at our next slide. Now we are going to read the time. Okay, let's take a look at the clocks over here and we are going to read the times. Shorthand will tell you the hour and the long hand will tell you the minutes. Right, now let's take a look at them. Right, now we are going to say the time going from number 1 and coming to number 12. Okay, so we are going to start. Now when the time is like this, we say 1 o'clock. Can you see the shorthand is in number 1, that is the hour, and the long hand is in number 12, that means 1 hour. So 1 is the time here. Then it is 2 o'clock. කොහොමද කියන්නේ පුතාලා ටීචර්ත් එක්කම කියන්න 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. Now let's take a look at our clock. ඔන්න මගේ පුතාලා දැන් අපේ clock එක දිහා බලමු. Now when both hands are in the same position, we say it is 12 o'clock. ඔන්න අපි කිව්වේ 30 minutes නේද පුතේ? Short hand will show us the hour and the long hand will show us the minutes. So when the short hand is in number 1 and the long hand is in number 12, it is 1 o'clock. ඔන්න එකයි වෙලාව. Now when the short hand moves to number 2 and the long hand is on number 12, it is 2 o'clock. Now it is 3 o'clock. Now always the long hand is in number 12 when it is 1 hour. When we complete 1 hour, the long hand will always come to number 12. Then when the short hand comes to number 5 and the long hand is in number 12, it is 5 o'clock. Now it is 6 o'clock. Now it is 7 o'clock. Now it's 8 o'clock. Now it's 9 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. And now it is 11 o'clock. And when both are together, it is 12 o'clock. Right? So that is how we say the time. ඔන්න දැන් මගේ දුවලා පුතාලා වෙලාව කියන විදිහ හොඳට practice කෙරුවා. 15 minutes past කියන්නේ කොයි වෙලාවටද? අපි 30 minutes past කියන්නේ කොයි වෙලාවටද? 45 minutes past කියන්නේ කොයි වෙලාවටද කියලා මගේ දුවලා පුතාලා ඉගෙන ගත්තා. ඔන්න දැන් අපි නැවතත් ඒක මතක් කරනවා. කොහොමද පුතේ? When the long hand comes to number 3, it is 15 minutes. When the long hand comes to number 6, it is 30 minutes. When the long hand comes to number 9, it is 45 minutes. And when the long hand comes back to number 12, it is 1 hour, right? And in another way, we can say when the long hand comes to number 3, we say quarter past 3 කියලා අපි කියනවා. And then when it comes to number 9 like this, we say quarter past, or we can say quarter to. Okay, now let's move on to our next slide. And we have come to our pupils book. Now in your pupils book, you have these pictures. Let's read them and see what it says. It's 6:30 in the morning. It is 6:30 in the morning. It's time to go to school. It's time to go to school. Senuri is going to school. Senuri is going to school. What is the time now? 6:30. That means, how do we say the time? Now look at the clock. Now the small hand which shows us the hour is in number 6, and the long hand which shows us the minutes has come to number 6. Now can you see? It is 6:30. අපි කියනවා 6:30. 6 පහු වෙලා විනාඩි 30යි. It's 6:30 in the morning. 6:30 in the morning. උදේ 6:00යි. It's time to go to school. Now, do we go to school at 6:30 in the evening? No, we go to school at 6:30 in the morning. So, Senuri is going to school at 6:30 in the morning. Now, look at the clock. දුවලා පුතාලගේ පොතේ තියෙන clock එකත් බලන්න පුතේ. ඔන්න බලන්න 6:30 කියලා කියන්නේ මෙන්න මේ විදියට 30 minutes පෙන්නනවා අපිට long hand එකෙන්. එතකොට short hand එකෙන් අපිට පෙන්නනවා අපේ පැය කීයද කියලා. 6:30 is the time here. Next one. It's 10:30. It's playtime. It's 10:30 and it's playtime. Senuri is playing with her friends. Senuri is playing with her friends. Now, where is Senuri? දැන් සෙනුරි කොහෙටද ගිහිල්ලා ඉන්නේ පුතේ උදේ? 6:30 යා කොහෙද ගියේ? She went to school. Now at 10:30. ඔන්න බලන්න පුතේ 10:30 කියලා කියන්නේ small hand is in number 10. The long hand is in number 6. Now 10:30. Look at my clock. Here the teacher has her clock and 10:30. Can you see? The short hand is in number 10 and the long hand is in number 6. 10:30 is the time. And what is Senuri doing at 10:30? She is playing. She is playing at 10:30 with her friends. Next one. Oh, it's 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. It's time to go home. Now, when we go to school in the morning, we have to come back home. And what is the time that we come back home? 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. It's time to go home. Senuri is going home. What is the time? 1 o'clock. Now, look at the clock. 1 o'clock. The hour hand, which is the shorter one, is pointed to number 1 and the minutes, the long hand, is in number 12. අපි පැයක් ගියාම කොහොමද පුතේ වෙලාව කිව්වේ? I told you the long hand has to come to number 12 and the short hand has to come to the number where it shows the hour. So it is 1 o'clock now. Can you see when the long hand is in 12 and the short hand is in 1, it is 1 o'clock. Okay, now let's move on to our next slide. It's 5:15. It's 5:15. It's tea time. Oh, when it is 5:15, now Senuri has come back home from school and now it is 5:15 and she wants to drink a cup of tea. It's tea time. Senuri is drinking tea with her sister. Look at the picture. Senuri is drinking tea with her sister and what is the time? It is 5:15. පහු වෙලා විනාඩි 15ක් ගිහිලා 5:15. Look at the time. Oh, the long hand is in number 3. Look at the clock. Now I told you when the long hand comes to number 3, it is 15 minutes and now it is 5:15. The time that Senuri is having tea. 5:15. The short hand is in 5. The long hand is in number 3, which tells us that it is 15 minutes past. So 5:15 is the time that Senuri is having her tea. Next one. It's 8:45. Oh, it's 8:45. It's time to go to bed. It's time to go to bed. Senuri is going to bed. Senuri is going to sleep. Now what's the time? It's 8:45. Look at the clock. 8:45. Where is the long hand? The long hand is in number 9, which tells us the time that it is 45 minutes past. And I told you there is another way where we can say 1:45. Okay? But we say 8:45. Now, in our clock, let's see, we'll take our long hand to 45 minutes. Oh, it has to come to number 9 and now it is 45 minutes. Can you see here? Even in your book you have when the long hand comes to number 9, it is 45 minutes and what is the hour? 8. So now it is 8:45. The short hand is in number 8. The long hand is in number 9. 8:45 is the time and what is Senuri doing? She is going to go to bed. She is going to sleep. So that you can see in your pupil's book in the page. Right, now we are going to move on to our workbook and we are going to do our workbook activities which is related to our lesson all about me and my clock. Okay, let's read and see. What is your favorite time? Color the clock. What is your favorite time? Now I'm going to quickly take my color. Oh, I love my red color. Okay, I have taken my red color. What is your favorite time? Color the clock. Now look at this. Bedtime. What is the bedtime? Oh, 9 o'clock. Can you see? 9. The short hand is in number 9. The long hand is in number 12. It is 9 o'clock and bedtime. 10:30, playtime. Playtime, can you see? At 10:30, we play. Can you see? The short hand is in number 10 and the long hand is in number 6. 10:30, it's the playtime. Last one, tea time, 5 o'clock. Can you see the short hand in number 5 and the long hand number 12? It is 5 o'clock. Tea time. I love to have a cup of coffee at that time. So what is your favorite time? You have to color either it's the bedtime or the playtime or the tea time. Now my favorite time is the tea time. So I'm going to color my clock in red like this. Oh, my clock will be in red. So that is the time where I take my cup of coffee or sometimes I take a cup of tea. ඔන්න මගේ පුතාලා මේ තියෙන ටයිම්ස් වලින් කැමතිම වෙලාව කෝකද? ඔන්න ටීචර් නම් රෙඩ් කලර් එකෙන් පාට කරා ටීචර්ස් ටයිම් එක. It says what is your favorite time? ඕගොල්ලෝ කැමතිම කොයි වෙලාවටද? Color the clock. It has to be either bedtime, playtime or tea time. මගේ දුවල පුතාලා කැමති වෙලාව bedtimeද? නිදා ගන්න වෙලාවද? Playtime, සෙල්ලම් කරන වෙලාවද? Tea time, තේ බොන වෙලාවද? චූටි දුවල පුතලා කැමති විදියට ඕගලන්ගේ clock එක color කරන්න ඕනේ. Right, now let's move on to the next one. Listen and mark the time. Oh, listen and mark the time. I'm going to give you a time and you have to mark that time on the clock. දැන් මගේ දුවල පුතාලා ඔන්න ටීචර් කියන වෙලාව පුතාලා දුවලගේ workbook එකත් අරගෙන අපි mark කරන්න පටන් ගමු. Let's see what we can do. First, I want you to mark 1:15. ඔන්න අපි 1:15 කියන වෙලාව mark කරමු පුතේ. ඔන්න 1 o'clock කියන තැනට අපේ short hand එක යනවා. 15 කියන්නේ කොහොමද? 15 means the long hand in number 3. 1:15 it's the time. 1:15 is the time. Next one. Shall we mark 2:30? The time 2:30. The short hand to number 2 and 30 means the long hand is in number 6. 2:30. Next one. I want you to mark the time 4:45. Oh, 4:45. The short hand is in number 4 and 45 means the long hand should go to number 9. 4:45. I hope you also can mark the time with me. Next one. I want you to mark the time 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. Oh, when it comes to 10 o'clock, the short hand should go to number 10 and the long hand should go to number 12. Now it is 10 o'clock. All right. Now the next one. I want you to mark 8:15. 8:15. The short hand should go to number 8 and 15 means 3 o'clock. 8:15. 8:15 is the time. Okay, right. So now we'll move on to our next slide. Now this is your workbook activity and you have to turn to this page and we are going to do it. Look and color the correct time. Look and color the correct time. I'm going to take another beautiful color. I love my blue color and I'm going to use that and mark my time. Look and color the correct time. Now let's take a look at the clock. අපි දැන් clock එක දිහා බලලා හරි වෙලාව පාට කරන්න යනවා. හරි වෙලාව තියෙන box එක අපි color කරමු. What is the time here? The short hand is in number 1. The long hand is in number 12. What is the time? It says 10:30 or 1 o'clock. 10:30. 10:30 නම් පුතේ 30 minutes ළඟ තියෙන්න එපයි එක hand එකක්. So that is not the time. What is the correct time? It is 1 o'clock. So you have to color this box. 1 o'clock. Nicely you have to color that box because that is the correct time. Second clock, 4:30. The short hand is in number 4. The long hand is in number 6. That means 30 minutes. So is it 4:30 or 5:30? It is 4:30. 4:30. 30 minutes past 4 o'clock. So you have to color 4:30 like this. This is the box that you have to color. So we have completed two pictures of this 2 times. First one is 1 o'clock and the second one is 4:30. You have to color the correct time. Okay. Now let's move on to our last slide. And here we complete our last workbook activity. What is the time here? The short hand in number 9 and the long hand in number 3. That means 15 minutes past 9. So what is the correct time? The correct time is 9:15. It is not 8:30. It is 9:15. Last one. The short hand is in number 11 and the long hand is in number 9, which means 45 minutes past. What is the correct time here? 11:45 or 12:30? It is 11:45. So you have to color this box which says 11:45. All right. So now we have completed our activities in the workbook with our clock. So our lesson here today is me and my clock. So I hope you learned the times really well because we spoke about 15 minutes, 30 minutes and 45 minutes. So when the long hand comes to number 3, it is 15 minutes past. When the long hand comes to number 6, it is 30 minutes past. When the long hand comes to number 9, it is 45 minutes past. So I think you learned a lot about the time today. So I'm happy to bring you me and my clock as lesson number 7, and I hope you all enjoyed it. So I'm going to go and come back very soon with my next lesson for you. Until then, you keep practicing telling the time with your little friends and your little brothers and sisters and practice. Okay? Until then, bye.